Okay, welcome to the Selectmen's meeting for December 8, 2011. First item on the agenda is salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Approval of the agenda.
I make a motion that we approve the agenda as written.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Approval of the minutes from the last meeting.
Make a motion we approve the minutes of the last meeting as written.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Old business, we have none. New business, the beaver problems.
I love being part of a small town. Really, you just don't picture like the New York City Council discussing beaver problems as the #1 agenda issue. Makes me smile.
There's a beaver problem actually in the outlet of Wilson Lake.
I saw it the other day. Beautiful. Don't shoot it.
The culvert's been plugged already once by the beavers, and it's very difficult to clean out this culvert. And the road commissioner that was here a minute ago was able to accomplish that at great pain. Additional dams have also been found in the stream that runs between Wilson and Horn Pond. The dams have been broken, but they've been built back again very quickly, overnight in some cases. So we've been talking to the state, or trying to talk to the state, find out what to do. A state biologist finally called me back from the Fish and Game Department, Scott Lindsay, and we discussed our problem. And in the process of telling him what was going on, he pointed out that breaking beaver dams is patently illegal. You cannot break a beaver dam.
Yes! Score 1 for the beavers!
There's a proper procedure to this, and it's to contact a state biologist and explain the problem. The biologist then will decide how and if the problem is going to be handled. So, generally speaking, if it's an emergency, they will grant a waiver so the beaver dam can be broken. But they prefer trappers, and they've got a list of trappers that are authorized to break the dams with the approval of the state. You know, the other ones are just trappers that can trap during the period of time that beavers can be trapped, which I think is only the month of December.
So the trappers that come from the state biologist with the legal dam, instead of breaking, are these catch trappers that are then going to release these beavers in the Northlands?
No.
I don't know the answer to that, but I suspect that is not the case, because these trappers sell the pelts, and I believe they're probably killing the beavers. How they do it, I'm not sure.
I actually am familiar with this, as we went through this a couple years ago, and I just was hoping that perhaps our Wilson Lake beavers would find a new home north of here. But
well, actually, one beaver was hit by a car a couple of weeks ago and killed there. It was one of our beavers from the problem area. But the point is that it is illegal to break a beaver dam, and people should know that. I'm not sure what the penalties are, but it's illegal, and if you've got a beaver problem, you've got to go to the state, talk to a state biologist in the Fish and Game Department. So that is the story about the the Wilson Lake beavers at this point.
Okay, next item on the agenda, sign the amended personnel policy.
okay, do you want me to make the motion first, or do you want me to read first?
Yeah.
Make a motion that we adopt the amended personnel policy that has the following amendment. Regarding holidays off, Article 8, holidays shall now read, as of January 1, 2012, the holidays listed below are paid holidays for full-time and probationary employees, providing the holiday falls on a day that is normally worked by the employee.
Second.
Any discussion?
Put in place only because we have a lot of holidays that fall on days of the week when the town hall is not open, and to be paying employees for holidays that they would not be working seemed to be unnecessary. This makes it so that you're only paid holiday time should the holiday fall on a working day.
Okay. All in favor? Next thing is the Stantons. If you didn't notice when you came in, or take a look, turn around and look at the front door as you walk out, the Stantons have donated a brand new sign that shows the hours of operation and open and closed. It's a beautiful sign, and they donated it and put it up yesterday, I believe. So we'd like to thank Mary and Scott Stanton for their generous donation.
Absolutely.
Next item is the first reading of the use of town hall facilities policy. Who wants to read that?
Want me to read it?
Yeah.
Use of town hall facilities. Draft is dated December 7th, 2011. This policy details the terms and conditions for non-official use of the town hall and its facilities. Facilities shall include the hall, restrooms, kitchen, and parking lot. The town reserves the right to refuse the use of the hall facilities to any person or group and to cancel scheduled functions in an emergency. The general rules are as follows. 1. Arrangements must be scheduled in advance with the Selectmen's office. 2. The maximum capacity of the meeting hall is 98 people. 3. No alcoholic beverages are allowed. 4. No smoking is permitted inside the building. 5. If the kitchen is used, posted kitchen rules are to be adhered to. 6. Emergency fire exit doors are not to be blocked in any way. 7. The hall and adjacent facilities will be left clean and orderly. 8. The heat may be set for a maximum of 68 degrees. The heat is to be turned down to 55 degrees at the end of each day. 9. Turn off all lights at the end of each day. 10. Rubbish and all event materials will be removed on the last day of the event, including decorations, posters, brochures, etc. 11. Tables and chairs may be used unless needed for another meeting or event. 12. Facility users must have at least one responsible adult of at least 21 years of age present at all times. The presence of additional adults may be required depending on the event. 13. Anyone leaving the facilities in unsatisfactory condition will be billed for repairs and cleanup. There is no rental fee for non-commercial use of the hall by property owners and residents. Non-commercial use of the hall by other individuals or groups is $50 per event. All commercial use of the hall is $100 per event. Use of the facilities.
Keep going.
There's a contract, basically.
We'll read that.
Okay. Use of town hall facilities. All users are charged a security deposit of $50 per event. Check should be made payable to the town of Acton, Maine. The uncashed check or cash will be refunded upon satisfactory inspection of the facility and the return of the door key to the Selectman's office. Fees are payable at the time the reservation is made.
I got these. And the kitchen rules that are posted already, I believe, or will be, remove all food from the refrigerator in the kitchen, wipe out the refrigerator and leave the door open, clean the kitchen floor, stove, and countertops, close and lock all windows, unplug small appliances, put away all tables and chairs, remove all rubbish, do not remove any appliances, dinnerware, or cooking utensils from the kitchen. Styrofoam trays and plastic containers are available to take food home. Turn off all lights and lock the hall door. Return the key to the Selectman's office.
So, do we want to comment on this? So the first reading is tonight, and then any amendments that we would like to propose, we'll propose at our next meeting? Or
Correct, and then we'll sign it at that time. They still need some work to do because this is just a copy that just came from the policy committee, and she has to put on the signing page.
Kitchen rules need to be changed.
Very much so.
Okay.
We can't have the refrigerator left open.
No.
And the plastic containers that I have stockpiled in there are for my owls to take home food from the luncheons, and they may not be used by others, please.
I don't want that in there about the plastic containers and the styrofoam containers, because if anyone took something home and then said the container was contaminated, we've told them that they could take food home in it. That shouldn't even be in there.
Okay. Well, that's a reason for...
Need to be.
Yeah.
The other one, I would like to see it, the second page spaced better so that the third page contract is on the same thing so that they can all be on one piece of paper.
Yeah, this is just a rough draft. So we're doing the first reading so we can have this discussion and then have it ready for 2 weeks from tonight, and then we can sign it.
How will this affect ongoing groups? So the Lions, we use the kitchen, we use the town hall every month for the breakfast. Do we need to have just a constant $50 retainer check with the town? I mean, how does that, the Owls use it twice a month ongoing. Should they also have a retainer check with the town? I mean, how do we want to address ongoing functions that are taking place?
That's a good question. I would think the Owls and the Lions, we just leave it just the way it is because they always clean up after themselves anyways, and it's never been an issue. This is because of other people that have been using the town hall, leaving decorations up and that kind of thing. That's why we asked them to address this. So I would think it shouldn't be any change for the Owls and the Lions Club.
So if you're an animal group, you're good to go.
And the people, like the people that used the hall last night, I don't think that should be anything that they have to pay for ahead of time. This was the Soil and Water Conservation District. Mm-hmm. It wasn't our meeting, it was their meeting.
Right.
But I don't think groups of that nature, like the Owls and as she said, the Lions,
yep.
and these groups like this, when we book to them, the state of Maine has booked 3 days already in August for training classes.
Right.
I don't think there should be fees going with that. I think this is the individual that called says, can I have a birthday party?
Right.
We want to have a baby shower. Yeah. This is the only reason for the deposit is to make sure that they leave the hall clean.
Right.
So for state and local government or community events that are public events, that's different than having a private event.
I think
right, so we'll have to put that in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can I have a list of exempted groups and so forth?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, they can go on the amendment.
Like the Girl Scouts as well. You know,
Girl Scouts.
They're a community group. They certainly don't need to be bothered with.
Yeah, and the community groups have hard enough time raising money as it is. They don't need to try and get $50 to make a deposit, especially the ones that are coming that are already cleaning up after themselves. Okay, other business. Anybody have any other business? No? Okay, announcements. I want to thank Barbara and Marion, who are both here tonight, for the Veterans Day event, all the work you guys put into that, and the chairs that you've now officially given to the town. I'd like to thank you for all your hard work. Veterans Day was amazing. I did get to see it on the disc. It was, what, 60 people plus here? Yeah. Yeah.
60 chairs were filled, plus they were taking metal ones off the rack.
That's great. That's great.
I still want them out again, though.
And I don't know how many kids there were in the school group, but they didn't sit in chairs, they sat on the floor. And there must have been at least 20 kids there.
Yeah. Ed does know that he's going to come and get him, but he just had a little setback, and he should be able to get him very soon. We talked to him about it the other day, so they'll be coming to get him. Yeah, he's going to take them. He's going to take them all. We're going to make sure we got enough downstairs for a meeting downstairs, and then all the others are going to go down to the ambulance building for storage, and the fire department's going to use some of them themselves too. So they'll be leaving. They'll be leaving very shortly. Yeah.
So we're just going to have the new chairs in here. Every once in a while, we may have a public hearing where we have more than 60 people.
Mm-hmm. You've got 60 chairs, but there's going to be, I think we said 15 chairs, the metal chairs will be downstairs.
We can hold 98 people in here legally.
But if we can bring the chairs back over from the ambulance building if we need to. If there are 75 chairs in the building, we'd only need to bring over 23 more chairs to be at maximum capacity.
Because every time we have to do something in here, we have to put them out in the hall, which blocks the fire path and, the wheelchair path for getting in here. When we were doing the floor and everything, we had to constantly have them out there. So we're not using them every week. It's just they're right across the street. We can get them anytime we need them.
Well, we're going to put these when we have to strip the floor and work on the floor.
Well, they'll have to be moved out too, but we shouldn't have to do the floor for another 2 years. So.
All right.
If I could, I don't know who you're going to tell, who's going to maintain the room, but those voting tables drop down, if you check. I did the other day. And you can put the chairs, stack them and put them in there
Right.
9, and there's only 6.
Yeah, you can't right now because there's another metal chair rack in there. Yeah. Okay, I'd like to thank the policy committee. They, as you notice, we've been doing new policies at least once a month, and they're working real hard on these policies, so we really appreciate all the work they're doing for us. And I'd like to thank Nancy Roma for the beautiful curtains that you see up behind us. And was there anybody else that helped her work on that? She's the only one I saw working on it. And Barbara?
I did very little.
Okay. Well, we really appreciate that, putting up those nice curtains and doing all that work.
And the cable committee for donating.
And the cable committee. And the cable committee.
In the Observer this week, please take notice of plowing is coming. The snow will in fact come. The plows will be out. And there's a notice that says, it is the obligation of all owners and occupants of property within the town of Acton to assure that no mailboxes, paper boxes, signs, or similar structures obstruct plowed rights of ways. Any such structures within a right of way exist there at the risk of the owner. Neither the town of Acton nor the road crews are responsible for damage caused to the structures by the plow. So just, everyone just be aware, snow season's coming. If you happen to live on a narrow road, do not park your car in front of your house. If there is a snowstorm, it is of great inconvenience and risk, really, to our drivers trying to avoid that while they're trying to clear the roads. So,
I get many complaints about the snowplow hit my mailbox, but your mailbox, 9 times out of 10, is sitting on town property because we have the right of way. And so this is to show them that we can't pay for people's mailboxes when the snowplow knocks them down. When they've got the plow and the wind going, especially at nighttime, they cannot see the mailboxes, and they can't turn around for each mailbox.
You want to mention the boat so we can see if we can find out whose it is?
Yes, there is a boat up on Lakewood Drive that I'm trying to find out who the owner is of. And that is setting in the road limits, and it needs to be removed. If anyone knows whose boat it is, so that we can notify them to get it off the road limits.
Anything else?
I don't think so.
Motion?
I would like to make a motion to adjourn.
I will second that.
All in favor? Thank you, folks.